On the back page, we've got basically just the same kinds of conversion problems we've been doing. These are a little more simple actually than the heart rate problems. So if you understand the heart rate problems, these should be pretty straightforward. I'm still going to do number 4 and number 12, and then you do the rest in between. For problem number 4, we've got apples sell for 43 cents a pound, and how much do 3.2 pounds of apples cost? So if you're trying to decide here, clearly, if 1 pound costs 43 cents, then 3.2 pounds are going to cost more, so I need to multiply. So I'm going to multiply 3.2 pounds times 43, and that gives me 137.6. Now, with the money, it's really easy to just go ahead and put a dollar sign here and think of it like $137, but you need to stop and think that doesn't really make sense, right? This is 43 cents. 3.2 pounds isn't going to cost $137. So this is, remember, in cents. This is how many cents it's going to cost. And it doesn't really make sense to give your answer in terms of pennies, right? That's really kind of how many pennies it's going to cost. So my suggestion is to turn this into $1.38, right? That's going to round up. So it's going to cost you $1.38. Now, if multiplying isn't something that you just naturally could tell it did, you can also set up a proportion, right? And you write the ratio. We've got 43 cents per 1 pound, so you write that ratio here. On this side, you put the 3.2 pounds at the bottom because that's where the bottom was. You put the X up here because you don't know what the cost, and that matches. And then you can cross multiply. You'll find that you get the same answer. But remember to kind of go through your answer and make sure it makes sense in the context. That will help you interpret your answers. The last question is this kind of silly question. There's this planet, Shinoidia. Everyone earns 80 quatlus a day. One Zarumba, which is a favorite food item, costs 7 quatlus. How many Zarumbas can be purchased if someone works for 3 days? So the point of this question is to show you that you don't really need to even understand or have an idea of the language or anything. If you understand the ratios involved, you can do the problem. So if they earn 80 quatlus a day and they work for 3 days, that's going to be 240 quatlus. That's how many quatlus they're going to earn. And notice I'm still writing my units, right? But then we've got a Zarumba costs 7 quatlus. So I need to divide 240 by 7 to get how many Zarumbas you can purchase. So 34.2857. So that basically 34 Zarumbas. Because you wouldn't be able to, whether you're rounding or not. So notice this rounds down to 34. But even if this was 34.7, you wouldn't want to round up in this one case because you couldn't buy that extra one without the extra money. So either way, in this case, you would round down. All right, so your job is to finish 5 through 11.